Okay. Anyways, so you're getting rich now.
Yeah, rich compared to how much money I've had in the past. But yeah, I've made enough to pay for a nice honeymoon, so that's really nice.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, you keep working at your crazy plans to make money that I'm very impressed by. And
thank you.
yes, very impressed. Okay. Well, hold on a second while we roll the chill music.
Okay.
So, something that's been bombarding the internet for months, I don't know if it's been months or weeks, is Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So, which confuses the hell out of me because it's not real money and I don't get it.
It's
And
very confusing.
how there's like different aspects of it. So, I guess like what is it?
Yeah, so it just hit the mainstream news in the last 3 weeks-ish. But it's been around for, I think, over 10 years.
You're kidding.
No, really. And when it started out, it was selling for pennies, like 5 cents per Bitcoin. I don't know what it opened at its ICO, initial coin offering, but it's been around.
But what is it? I still don't get it.
It's a cryptocurrency, and I will explain it to you as best as I can, but I still don't completely understand it because I don't understand the technology. But basically, computers solve really advanced math problems, and when they do, they earn Bitcoin, and that's called mining. So I don't understand how that works. Don't ask me to elaborate because I don't know.
This is like some cloud shit. Like, you know how the cloud is like not a tangible thing, but it's somehow like my phone keeps trying to convince me to buy more cloud storage. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's not tangible. Why do I have to buy it?
Yeah, it's not tangible, and it's untraceable, and it's decentralized. So that's the thing people like about it is it's not controlled by central banks or central government. And it's also stored in a public ledger. Every single transaction is stored in this public ledger called blockchain. That's just the name of the technology that's used. So it makes it so that every transaction is verifiable. You can't say that you sent Bitcoin when you didn't because it's all in this public ledger. And again, I really don't fully understand this, but I
kind of get it.
Yeah.
So there's Bitcoin, but then there's other stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Like owned by the same, whatever you called it.
Yeah, well, there are other cryptocurrencies. So the other two popular ones are Ethereum and Litecoin. And I don't think
how do they differ?
They're just mined in a different way. Like, so there's a finite amount of Bitcoin in the world, which is what makes it different from like paper money that we use in the US. So I forget how many Bitcoins it is. It's maybe 10 or 20 million. There's only 10 to 20 million Bitcoins. And let me actually check on that number real quick because
So doesn't it eventually like run out? Can't like there's comes a point where people can't buy Bitcoin anymore because it just doesn't exist? No?
No. So Bitcoin will run out, yes. Like there are only, let's see. How many?
Who the hell figured this out?
Okay, so there are 21 million Bitcoins that can be mined, and once those are all mined, there will be no more Bitcoin unless Bitcoin changes its protocol, which we won't even consider that right now. So let's just say 21 million Bitcoins, they're all mined and they're all gone. There's no more. What would happen then is you can buy Bitcoin, you can buy part of a Bitcoin up to like 8 decimal places or something like that. So you can buy half of a Bitcoin or a fourth or a third or zero point 0.1 Bitcoin. So when the supply of Bitcoin is all mined, the price of one Bitcoin will just keep rising and rising until, like, maybe forever, until everyone who owns Bitcoin has as much as they can afford, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why the price has been going up so much, because, well, mostly because the public is becoming aware of it and more people are buying into it, and that's why the price is being driven up.
Hop on that train.
Yeah, seriously. And I started buying this summer when the price was about $2,000 per Bitcoin.
Yeah. Would you buy like a half or something?
Yeah, I think I started out and bought like a quarter, and then as the price kept going up, eventually I bought enough so that I have a half at this point. And then now today the price is at 19,000. I just checked minutes ago. And it's projected to, some people project it to go to $100,000 to $250,000 per Bitcoin by 1 year from now.
Damn. And you convinced my cynical ass to buy Litecoin.
I know.
I don't believe in any of like I don't not believe in it, but like investing scares the shit out of me, and you convinced me to buy some. So
it is
we'll
scary.
see how this goes.
It's scary, but like my dad loves to learn about it, and like he says, this is really a once in a lifetime chance because we've never had anything like a cryptocurrency before. It's totally new to us.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't understand it. And I think that's why some people are hesitant. Like, especially, I'm kind of shocked that was your dad the one that introduced it to you?
Yeah, he was.
I'm kind of shocked, not that I know him very well, but I feel like the older generation would be the most like skeptical about investing in it.
Yeah, and I think you're right, because we have tried really hard to convince some other adults, like my fiance's parents, to invest, and they are very skeptical because, and I understand.
Yeah, my parents are too.
I understand that, because the way things have been for their entire lives is not this. So I understand that, but my dad has always been. He's the one who got me into conspiracy theories. He's always reading these alternative news sources, and he has a very open mind. So that's
a good thing, though.
Him from other adults in his generation. But yeah, it's just when you think about technology and the way things are going in the world, it makes sense that our money in the way that we trade would change.
Yeah, I mean, money never really made sense to me anyways. Like, I can't remember where I read it or if it was on a TV show or something, but it was like, some guy was like, I still hold true that we should go back to the original barter system. This money thing is bullshit.
Yeah. It's honestly just whatever currency that people give value to is what we use. And yeah, so our money in the US today is backed by gold and silver. So
kind of.
Kind of, exactly. Like it's not even all completely backed. So yeah, and that's another way that Bitcoin differs. Like you can print more money, but you can't just make more Bitcoin once it's gone, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, let me try to get this straight. So there's a computer that someone invented that does math problems, and what they solve is somehow currency?
Yeah, somehow. And I don't really understand that, but
no, that's okay. But that's kind of like a start to understanding it.
That's a start. And it's not just one computer. It can be really, if you have the technology and the computing ability, anyone can do it. And it takes a very large computer. So a laptop can't do it, or a normal desktop can't do it. It has to be a large, very powerful computer.
Yeah, like big processors and whatnot. So when do we think that this is going to plateau and drop off?
Well, according to my dad, who knows way more about it than I do, he thinks Bitcoin will continue on this upward trend for another 7 to 10 years. And after that, it's uncertain. So
Yeah,
basically
right.
around the 7-ish year mark, we will probably start to pull out of
Right.
Bitcoin, and because it's uncertain. But who knows, with more developments that could change.
Yeah, you don't know what technology is going to be developed between now and then. You don't know what the state of our economy is going to be like. And speaking of that, can you buy Bitcoin in other countries, or is it just
Yeah.
that might have just sounded like a really dumb question, but
No, you can buy Bitcoin in other countries and another advantage of Bitcoin is it would be a global currency. So there's no rate of exchange. When you go to another country, you can still purchase things in Bitcoin. You don't have to convert your cash to.
yeah, was that you? It was either you or someone else I was talking to was like Germany is starting to accept it as actual currency.
It must have been someone else. I don't think I talked about
Don't
Germany,
don't like mark me on that, but like he said that he read somewhere, a friend of mine said he read somewhere that Germany is starting to accept it as
yeah,
actual currency, which is
it
wild
is.
because it's like every time I think of it, I literally just think it's fake money. Like it's not real money.
Yeah,
But so is real
exactly.
money. Like real money is
It's all what we give value to, and critics of it will say, "Oh, it's monopoly money. It's not real." And yeah, I understand that, but paper money had no value until we gave it value. So
exactly.
it's all the power lies with what the people value and what they will use to trade. So yeah, it's just I understand the skepticism because it's a totally new technology, but to me, it's surprising that we haven't developed a currency like this sooner. Something that's decentralized and it is untraceable, which is another thing critics say is it's used for a lot of black market trading and illegal things, which,
technically cash is untraceable though.
Yeah, and cash is also used to do illegal things. So you can really make that argument for any currency. And actually, in 2018, a lot of the Bitcoin experts say that Wall Street is going to be pouring a lot of money into Bitcoin. And according to some sources, central banks and like big banking firms like JP Morgan will tell you not to buy Bitcoin and tell you that it's not real and it's dangerous. But they actually have money invested in Bitcoin.
Sketchy
right,
people.
but of course they're biased because they work with the central banks and with the currency that we use now, and they profit off of it. So
just like
if people move away from
just
that,
like any big corporation trying to buy out government to tell you that certain stuff is healthier than it is to benefit their own.
Exactly. They have motivation to tell you not to buy Bitcoin. But
also, a disclaimer: this is not a like recommendation to buy Bitcoin. Lauren and myself think it's a smart idea, but
yeah, no,
you can't be like, no, Lauren told me to buy Bitcoin, so now we're going to buy Bitcoin.
No, not at all. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions, please. But to me, it's like, okay, I invested an amount of money that I can afford to lose. And if I lose all of that money and I never get it back, I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to starve or be desolate.
Right. The money's like I don't know. I guess it depends on like your lifestyle, but for me, it's like I invested that money. It's gone. It's out of my bank account. Like it's already like I already technically lost it. Whether or not I'm going to get a return on it is, I mean, it's just like any investing, but like, and I guess it depends on how much you invest. Like I didn't invest very much, so there's not that much on the line. Like Lauren said, you can buy like, what'd you say? Like to the 8th decimal point
or something like that.
Which is like essentially nothing.
Yeah. And really just invest wisely. Like it's all about what you can afford to lose. And to me, it's like, okay, if I lose all of that money, I will be fine. It would suck, but I'll make it back some other way. But if it ends up paying off as much as people predict it to, that would be amazing. And it would really positively affect my financial situation. So it's worth it.